to be here. To the audience that's here now and to the audience that will be listening via the link and on YouTube, welcome. My passion is, my name is Samora, sorry, I should always say that. And my passion is low cost and no cost marketing and PR strategies. And that's exactly what we're going to do today, to talk about 10 low cost, no cost digital marketing strategies to help you grow your business and promote your brand and meet your goals, like increasing brand awareness and increasing visibility and filling your sales funnel and making sure that you get the business that you deserve. Because I truly believe, and from the bottom of my heart, I can tell you that you don't have to spend $1 million for your marketing and you don't have to break the bank. So I believe also in the 80-20 rule. So what's the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule tells us that if you do what you're supposed to do 80% of the time, then you're going to be okay. You can't be perfect, right? Perfection is a myth. So our friend over here, you can see him here, he knows what's going on. And he says the 80-20 rule is the key to success. The same is with fitness, the same is with eating, is that you can't be perfect all the time. So do the best that you can, plan for success, and let's follow the 80-20 rule. Otherwise, you're going to stretch yourself out and business won't be fun. So a little bit about me. I have a top 40 small business marketing blog. It's called Robin's Rainmakers. Usually every week or at least 3 times a month, I send out a blog. This week's blog will be about growing a TikTok following. TikTok is not for everyone, but if it is for you, and it seems to be, it's a very young but growing explosive social media marketing platform. I show you some ways today or this week on how to grow that following and easy steps, easy marketing tactics. So I have a small business marketing blog. I also have a weekly podcast, and that's called the Fast Marketing Minute. And on this particular podcast that I have, I just give you some tips, like about a minute and a half long, on how to grow your business and new trends that are happening to help you promote your brand and bring in the business, again, that you deserve to increase your business and meet your goals. It's very, very short, bite-sized tips and easy listening on all your favorite podcast platforms. Now, I've worked with some really big business. I've been in business for over 21 years. I've worked with some really big brands, and the lessons that those brands taught me have helped me also work with small business owners. And if you're a small business owner, you're in the right place, because we're going to be talking about those marketing and PS strategies that don't cost a lot of money or that are no cost or low cost. So my goal is for you always to create a brand that works 24/7. And there's a lot of different ways that we can do that. We can do it with content marketing. We can do it with SEO writing or SEO writing with keywords. We can do it with some paid search. We can do it through PR, we can do it through email, and everything in this digital experience works together. Everything that we're going to be talking about fits together like in a puzzle. So this is part of what we're doing with the digital marketing. And everything that we're going to be talking about today is going to give your strength, give your brand some strength and also power and confidence to move forward. The whole point of this webinar is to let people know that you are an expert, whether you're feeling like an expert and you're out there and you're speaking and you're confident and you feel that you know everything that's going on and you're right on track, or you're feeling maybe a little less than perfect, but you want to feel confident and all-knowing and, you know, have a plan on everything that you want to do. This is for both the confident and the not totally confident and people in between that want to grow their brand without spending $1 million. So basically, the strategies are that hope is not a marketing strategy, that you need a plan. You need to get clear on your business goals and your personal goals, because if your personal life isn't doing too well, your business life most likely won't be doing too well as well. I used to do a little bit of life coaching, and life coaching is a little bit part of business and marketing coaching. So we want to make sure that you're clear on your personal and business goals. You also, of course, have to understand your target market, your competition, what's going on with trends, and understand what the different strategies are that you can choose from. Now, we could have 100 different strategies. 100 different strategies aren't going to work for you, because every business is different and every business has different goals at different stages of the business. So today we're going to go over 10 strategies that may work for you, or at least a combination of them that will be applicable for your business or for your brand or service. And I always talk about following a customized marketing and PR roadmap, so that you have a clear, detailed, and understanding of what you need to do to grow your business and to meet your goals. So the first thing is that we have to have clarity, and we have to have clarity to build a business, because you need to know, where are you now and where do you want to go? Because if you don't know that, it's just going to be like throwing darts blindfolded, and nobody wants to do that. And definitely somebody can get hurt. So one of the things too that we need to look at is, you have to, if you don't have this clarity, then the big fish, you're going to eat the small fish. And if you're feeling like a small fish right now, you definitely don't want to be somebody's dinner. So you have to know where you are and where you want to go. Everybody has competition, right? So if you don't want the big fish to eat you up, because there'll always be people that might be bigger or have more money, or have more staff or more team or more resources, you want to make sure that you're clear on what you're doing. So the first thing I'd say is that you want to start with your goals. You want to identify what those goals are. So here's an example. Do you want to increase your sales by 30%? Do you want to gain expert authority? Do you want to be more visible on social media? Do you want to earn more media attention? Because media attention is a great free PR strategy. Or do you want to streamline your marketing and efficiency? Well, you can have lots of goals. You have to pick the ones that are most important for you at the time. So you can have maybe 12 goals that you want for the year, but we can't work on them all at once. It's not best practice, at least in my thinking. Let's identify 3 or 4 goals at a time that we want to work on, and say we want to work on them for a 90-day period. That's reasonable. And we do it in elephant bites, because you can't eat an elephant all at once. And sometimes this whole marketing can seem like it's an elephant of a project, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have to take it in small bites, and we have to make sure that we know what we want so that we can identify our goals. We also have to understand our target market. That's really critical, because your market is not everybody. If someone says, oh, my market's, everybody who eats food because I'm a restaurant, well, that's not necessarily true. Are you catering to a professional woman? Are you catering to, younger people, an ethnic audience? Are you catering to an older audience, or someone that, might be looking to soon retire? Are you looking to a family, or a family with a pet? These are, just a few of the many, many different target audiences that we have, and they all can be, you can develop a target persona for each of them, because every business doesn't just have one exact target audience. There are variations. So creating a target persona is always helpful. So my tips are going to be numbered 1 through 10, and it's going to take about 45 minutes or so. And then what I'd like to do is leave some time for questions. You can type them in. Christine can talk, can let me know what they are. And you can also always reach me by email if you want to send me questions that require a little bit more info. But let's start here. So social media is important, but it's not everything. If you just rely on social media, if you're a brand or a service company or you're a small business, I think that unless you're totally 1000% online, social media, it's not everything. Sure, we have Facebook and Twitter and we have LinkedIn and Pinterest and, we have podcasts and we have Google My Business, right? But it's not everything. We still have to plan and create other strategies because you can get taken down on social media in one flash. What's more important, well, not more important, but equally is important, these are all equally important, is to create your own media channels. So what's your own media channel? Your own media channel can be your personal website or a company website. On your company website, you have to have it totally organized about your products, your services, FAQs, call to actions, privacy policies, your links to social. But your own media channels can also be, your blogs, it can be podcasts, it can be white papers, it can be reports, it can be articles. No matter what you're doing, you need your own media channels because remember, if somebody else owns the platform, they can take you down. Your own media gives you expert authority. So basically, you own your own content. So think of yourself as a content publisher in whatever you're doing. So I had mentioned websites and blogs and landing pages and books and social graphics or your profiles in bios on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or Google My Business or in directories. These are all your own content. You own them. And your original content also showcases your brand authority. Video is also your own content, right? Sure, if you post it on a platform, it can be taken down, but in all forms, you own it. You put it in your digital library. You load it up into Google Drive or wherever you keep your different content libraries stored. I like Google Drive because my team, we can all access it. We can look at it. We can share it. We can make comments, etc. Everybody out there might have, you guys might have your own way that you store your digital and content. But video, we're going to talk about that later too. Also, it's short form video. It's how to explain, it's how to video, it's explainer videos. You can have testimonial. These are all your content. And I like for you to create them once and repurpose many times to maximize ROI. The third one we have here is to create shareable graphics with Canva. I happen to love Canva. I use the free version, excuse me, for many, many years. Now I have the paid version just because it's easier and I want to do more things, but it's an easy, user-friendly, free design tool. If you want, you can use the freemium version again, or you can go premium. I included a link here also, some sites that are similar to Canva if you want to check those out too. But I've been at speaking engagements and someone created in about 3 minutes a post for Instagram, share your unique story, be authentic who you are. I have a catfish, a cat that we had in Puerto Rico. I created this in a minute on Canva. And also when I was a Constant Contact speaker, we had done a lot of graphics also with Canva. You can do books and covers and flyers and so many different things. I created some of these over one glass of wine at night. And, there's just so much that you can do with it. And these covers, I think I spent $1 for the dime, but other than that, they were free. Now, think about what you can do. And if you don't have the talent, you can hire so many different people on different kind of outsourcing websites. So this is all, this is a tool that you can use, Canva, but graphics, social branding is so important, and it is low cost, no cost for you to promote your brand. And when you're using different graphics, you can have a call to action in your copy, whether it's a link to a landing page or it's a link to, say, a calendar where you can speak with someone. Like, for example, on a lot of my material that I use, I have a link to let's have a call, book a call, find out how I can help you, learn more, because call to actions and graphics go really well together. Call to actions are super important anyway. Number 4, I'd say to create video with your mobile device. So what does that exactly mean? Well, all of my video is done with my iPhone. So if you're shooting video, now it depends, of course, on what kind of video. If it's a big corporate important piece, then you want to have professionally, you know, shot and edited with all kinds of bells and whistles. That's great. Definitely go for the a paid version of video, and it's very important to have that kind of presence if that is what your brand is all about. But for most business owners, I would say small business owners, I think you can do a lot of this video on your mobile device. So what I do is I have a tripod that I bought on Amazon, happy to share the one that I got. I bought lights also from Amazon, and I actually did a mix of money and American Express points to get them. And then I have them in a kit, and whenever I need to do a video, I take them out in my loft living room and I set up the cameras, and then I spend, you know, maybe a couple of hours doing a few different videos. And I did them in particular because a lot of times people don't even think of doing like frequently asked questions in video format, and that's something that's really easy to do. And I'll go over some stats in a minute, but use that mobile device. I did it before with Samsung. Now I have an iPhone, so I just love it. It's easy to upload. You can do so much with it. So video is key. It's trending. 80% of marketers are using it, and more, and growing and growing and growing. So 82% of internet traffic will be video by, I think that's 2022. We already know that YouTube is the second largest search engine that's out there. So everything that you have on YouTube, and being able to use all that YouTube has. For example, I'll just say that, for example, on the description of YouTube, the way that you format your YouTube description is important. Using all the using your keywords, of course, in your copy and in your descriptions, making sure that you have call to actions in your video descriptions, making sure that you transcribe it, and that can be done. You know, there are tools to be able to do that, and having links that are important for video, because every time that you're loading important video that is in line with your expertise, it's increasing your organic search ranking. It's also the most watched content, right? And 80% of marketers plus are using video and are going to be continuing to do so. You'll note that probably now through maybe just mid-December, you'll be seeing all kinds of stats that are coming out about what's going on with social media, with you know, best practices for next year. Pay attention to these, because these are written by experts, and it will keep you tuned to what you need to do. And we're listening all the time as well for your marketing and PR strategy. Another thing is that 95% of content is retained with video, and versus 5% with text, which is another reason why video is so great. And another trend that most people are doing is that they're putting subtitles with their video, because people are on the go. They might be, in public transportation. And if they're interested, they will, they have their earphones on. And what they'll do is, if they like it, they'll keep watching. And if they don't, boop, they'll pass on to the next one. Marketers are also using video to grow. This is a new one that I just put in. Marketers using video to grow revenue. Marketers that are using video grow their revenue 49% faster than people that don't use video. So this is from the video marketing stats. When you get this, you'll be able to hopefully click the links. And if you can't click the links for any reason, let me know. So what I did was I created here 15 different ways to repurpose your video to the max. So that just means, okay, so we have this video, we shot it ourselves. It didn't really cost much money except for time. Maybe you uploaded it to someone who, edits it and throws in an intro or an outro, has a little bit of animation. I know I did mine for very, very inexpensively. I love the way that it looks. And then you repurpose it. So how do you repurpose it? We have social videos. You can put them on Pinterest. You can put them on a condensed TLDW, too long didn't watch. You can use them for customer testimonials or interview videos. You can use them, as I said before, for FAQs, and that would be for your website. You can put those FAQ videos also on YouTube. You can upload them to Google My Business, because Google My Business is an amazing free publicity tool that is so underrated. So learn to take Google My Business and learn all the ways. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but learn the ways that it can help you grow your business for free, because you're in charge of Google My Business. You can even get, like, for example, automation tools that will help you upload content there. There's a fee for that, but if you're super busy and you don't have someone special that you've designated on your team, or you don't have an outsourced person, then you can use automation to help you, just like you would a Hootsuite or that you would Buffer or something like that. For teaser videos. So teaser videos just give a little snippet of what you're going to be talking about. You have a lot of those on, for example, teaser videos would be on TikTok, or educational video. You can put montage roundups, and then you can take like webinars or things like this, and you can make them automated, and you can use those. You can put them on social media, and you can have them so people will sign up. Or you can take a mini webinar or a little video that you created, have that as a teaser, add a link and some copy and a link, and have them sign up on a landing page, and have them go to a longer webinar where you have an opportunity to sell them or to share information. We're not selling, we're serving, but you understand what I'm saying here. Here we do. We talk about Google, love Google, and Google will love you. So you got to love Google. So you write for an audience. When you're writing, you write for an audience of one, but you also write for Google. So what does that mean? So first of all, you're going to use all your keywords. You're going to find out, what's trending. You're going to write information that makes you an expert. You're going to always be watching different trends on Google. But with Google My Business, here's what you're able to do. You're able to edit it. Of course, you know that. You can upload photos. You can upload videos. There's not that 7-day. You can upload content that doesn't go away so quickly. Before, it used to be ephemeral, not so much anymore. What you're able to do also, you can add your own frequently asked questions, and you can create them yourself. So it's not that somebody else has to ask them. You can put your store hours. You can put different, of course, store hours, but you can put your own policies there. You can have the link, get a link, customize your link, send them out to customers, and your customers will then be able to write directly from the link to a Google review. That's something that's really important. But the whole Google My Business idea can be so super developed. Press releases, you can add those there. You can add, I think I told you my Fast Marketing Minute podcast get up there, get uploaded there. Photos, pictures, menus, all kinds of different content you can add to Google My Business. And as more people are involved with your Google My Business by giving reviews, right? People will go check you out online. They want to see all those good Google reviews. And if all of your organic content is showing up because of your owned, OWNED, owned media like blogs, right? Then that makes it all the better. Google will love you. They'll see you as an expert. And that's really important to building expert authority, because you always want to increase your ranking. Now, I'm not saying that paid, that getting help and paying for help, like with SEO and that kind of thing, that's super important as well. But today we're talking about PR and marketing strategies that don't break the bank, that are low cost and no cost. So I say start with a foundation of really great, strong strategies that you master, that you understand. And then if it's not working, or you want to add to it, or you want to bump it up, or you want to do something different, absolutely create a budget for that ad spend, but use it in conjunction. No matter what you do, you consider using it in conjunction with these low cost, no cost marketing strategies, because they absolutely work. I haven't spent one penny in 21 years that I've been in business, and I've just been doing all of these different free, low cost, no cost marketing strategies, and they're working, and they're working great, including word of mouth marketing. Many of my customers and clients have come to me through other clients. And I'm also grateful for the Lynn Area Chamber of Commerce. They've given me a lot of great referrals. And I just love helping people be able to build their business for free or for low cost, because they should bring in the business that they deserve. They work hard. One of the words not in my vocabulary is, is surviving, right? We don't need to survive. And struggle is a choice. Struggle is a choice. We don't need to struggle. We need to figure out what's going to work. We have to put the best strategies in place. We have to plan ahead, and then we want to see it work and win. Another thing that we want to do is we want to maximize free PR to gain authority. So what does that mean? So we have sites like Quora. If you're an expert, you probably know what Quora is, but it's a forum where people go to ask questions and to get answers. So if you were an expert in a certain area, like say you were a bankruptcy lawyer, for example, or a family lawyer, for example, that did business outside of your particular area, and you wanted to gain a more national presence, you might go to Quora. You might find your particular topic. You might see what people are talking about. You might want to look at the questions. You might want to give some answers. And Quora is also great because you get topics. You get questions that you can use in your blogs for inspiration for blogs, for example, or for speaking topics. Muckrack is a site where you can go and there's also freemiums to Quora is free. Muckrack is a paid and freemium service. So you could try out Muckrack. That's where journalists go. And you can sign up and you can pitch ideas to journalists on Muckrack. You know what Medium is? A lot of people are posting their content on Medium. It is free PR. Podcasts, right? Podcasts are free PR. Why are they free PR? Because you're going to blast them all over social media. They're in all the different podcast directories. You can get TV. TV can be good for free media because, you can find out what's going on in your area, for example, or a newsjacking opportunity. Newsjacking is when you capitalize on what's been going on in your area or in your particular industry, and you can comment on it. Usually there's a window of like 48 hours when you want to comment on something, but the local press is always looking for people to comment, experts to comment. one thing I want you to absolutely take away from today is about Harrow. Harrow is Help a Reporter. Sign up for it. I have gotten so much free press from Harrow. Why? Because what happens is you learn how to pitch, and Harrow has a collection. Maybe they send it 3 times a day. You can definitely check the frequency, pick the frequency you like, but basically it's like business, and then there might be medical, something like health, medical, business, different kinds of categories, miscellaneous. And what you do is you find the pitch, or you find a request from a reporter, and you say, wow, I'm an expert on that. I could respond to them. And I'll show you how to do that in the next slide. But Harrow Help a Reporter, definitely, if there's anything that you do today, sign up for that. Just make sure you either have a separate email address, because they send you a lot of emails, but it's a great opportunity to get free press. LinkedIn, of course. Why is that a great free PR tool? Because you can ask people to give recommendations, or you can give recommendations to people, right? That's a way to get free press. And I mentioned again already newsjacking, which is underutilized but super important to do. I have some blogs about that. Okay, excuse me. Here's a template for pitching Help a Reporter. Okay, so for example, one I put on the left-hand side, how to change your PR marketing strategy in wake of the pandemic. And this person's name was Blair Nastasi, Forbes.com. This is exactly how it looks. So here's the query, PR pros and marketers, the way, blah, blah, blah. You read this, how is your job change, etc. Now, what I did over here is I gave a how to pitch template. I just matched it, not with the exact one that I did, but I gave an example of what it might look like. So you always start with, my name is, I'm a marketing and PR expert, whatever. This is longer than usual. I would never usually put in 7 tips. I might put in 5 tips or 4 tips or 3 tips. I like odd numbers myself, but I gave you a step-by-step on how you would do it. And if you can click this link, or if you can't click this link, let me know and I'll send you the link to it. But it will tell you exactly what to do, how you start, where you put in the content, how you end it. And if you create this template, say you have a beginning and end, you put the juicy stuff on the inside when you're going to respond. And you're going to respond to this query. If they don't give you a name, just, that's fine. But just make sure in the subject title, what you put is story, idea, and then you would put whatever it is, how to change your PR marketing strategy. In other words, so that they know that who it is. And anytime you pitch to the press, it says story, idea, and then a catchy headline if it's to a reporter. But if it's for this, you would use this summary line. So here's some PR strategies to gain attention. There are hundreds of them, but I'll include 7. Write media releases to increase your organic ranking. So media releases can live on your website. They go to different search engines. You can send them to distribution centers, but distribution places to distribute your PR releases. But what's important is that every time you write a media release, it lives online, and this is all good for your search engine ranking. You can guest post on blogs to build your expertise in backlinks. You can be a guest on podcasts. And by doing all this and by pitching the media and getting published, you become a resource to the media. And it's important to become a resource to the media, because if you're an expert that's always there for a certain reporter in your particular industry or in your local area on a certain topic, that they're going to go to you. They're not going to go to anybody else. Why should they waste their time if you have all the answers? Another way to gain PR strategies and gain attention is to tag influencers or micro influencers. You don't have to go after the big kahuna. Find the micro influencers that are best in your community and engage with them. They're people. They put on pants just like you do. They want their stuff to be seen on social media. So start small, you know, engage. I like this. Send them information. Be helpful. Don't stalk them, right? Just be a friend to these influencers and be a friend to everybody in the community, because I honestly, you don't know where your next client is going to be coming from. I also think you can align with non-competitive partners for joint ventures. That's really important. You can do it for cause-related marketing, sure, of course, but you can do it for other projects or other business opportunities that you have coming up. Non-competitive partner, you could have the same audience, but just different, you're different experts in different areas. Or again, you could create an advocate marketing circle or a social pod. An advocate marketing circle is of people that you like, know, trust, and believe in, that you all have similar goals, and that you refer each other business. Or similarly, you could do it on social media through a social pod. But you want to make sure that if you have an advocate marketing circle, you're in touch with them like once a month, right? It can be through letter, it can be through email, it can be through a phone call, it could be by catching a coffee, it could be by a Zoom call. If you're going to be in a social pod, you want to make sure that they're the right people, that they're dependable, because why waste all the time if you're going to be the only person doing the work? You want to make sure that everybody shows up. So vet your members carefully. Let's see, another way is to create a community of PWLY. What does that mean? That means people who love you, right? People who love you. So these could be referral, and this is called referral and partnership marketing. So who are the people that love you, that constantly refer you business? This is really important, because take advantage of this special bond and really love them up, right? If they love you, return the favor and love them. They bring you business, you bring them business, and it's just a good way to do business and the karma of business in a very positive way. Create a community, always be of service, be there, be a friend, help out. It's not just about the money. The money will always come if you're doing the right thing and you're being inside the right person. So I am a big fan of the community of PWLY, people who love you. Next up, speaking gets business. Well, speaking doesn't have to be in person. Speaking is me giving this webinar to you now. Speaking can be on a panel. Speaking can be in a networking group. Speaking can be just presenting your ideas. Now, if you have full stage, all the better, right? So even though I've had maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different speaking opportunities since everything kind of opened up, I still love speaking and doing webinars, because I love being remote. I'm able to reach people all around the country. I don't need to hop on a plane and get a hotel room. It's easy for me and it fits my lifestyle. So I love it. So speaking gets business, because you don't know who's going to be on the webinar. You don't know who's going to be in the audience that could hire you or refer you to somebody else. And you don't know, speaking also gives you a chance to be able to relate to one person, how you might be able to help one person's business. That's all it takes, really, 1-to-1. So you're speaking to everybody, but really you're speaking to each different person. So how can we do that? So we can do speaking and outreach via events, and they can be hybrid or more. So what do we need to do? We need to add workshops and seminars and webinars to your outreach calendar and your marketing plan. OPE, other people's events. So you can attend as a sponsor, as a vendor, or as a participant. You want to look for speaking gigs to meet prospects and to get more engagements. Usually what happens is that if you're doing a speaking engagement, if you're an expert, if this is something that's in your wheelhouse, it doesn't have to be though, because speaking isn't for everybody or anybody or everybody's business, but you're able to talk with people, say, hey, people will just come up to you and just say, hey, I'd love you to speak to my group. I'd like to refer you. And the reason is because speaking gives you a connection. Like if you just saw me online and you never heard me speak, you'd say, oh, okay, that's fine. But you get an opportunity here at least to see me, see if you like me, see if I'm smart, see if I can help you. And that's what's great about presenting in public or at least online. People get a sense of who you are. Here's a tip for you. If you are a speaker and you want to speak at an event that's coming up, but it's full, I suggest that you recontact the event organizer 2 weeks before the conference or an event, because a lot of times there are no-shows. People can't make it. Their kid is sick at home. They have to take care of a parent. They have something that's come up and they can't travel, etc. So definitely here's a speaking tip for sure. Recontact the event organizer 2 weeks before. And you always want to make sure too, as you're doing this, and this is free, recontact the event organizer, free, update your signature talks or your media kits or your bios or your email signature, right? Your email signature is a gold mine of opportunities where you can promote so many different things and have links and have, promoting depending on what you're promoting, whether it's a new book or whether it's, a new offer that you have or some special announcement. And number 9 is to create a review strategy to increase your like, know, trust, and believability factor. So we have Google My Business. We talked about that. Facebook or Nextdoor or TripAdvisor, depending on what your business is. It is a mistake not to have a review strategy. I was talking with one client this morning, and they were in North Carolina, and I said, well, what's your review strategy? Well, for this particular company, what they like to do was to make sure that they had an important bond built first. And then they would, because they're in touch with them via text and they're in touch with them every week through email, they like to make sure that they have a bond, and then they would send a link. But this company is a meal prep company, so they're getting food every single week and they're loving it. It's easy for them to ask for reviews. Well, it might be hard if you hate to ask for reviews because oh, you feel funny, I'm not sure they're going to do it. You can't be a pain in the butt about it, but you should put it out there and ask people to review you 3-4 times and then give it up. If they don't do it, they're too busy. If they're too busy, write a review, give them a choice of a couple of reviews and have them customize it. But it is important because, again, like Google My Business, you want to make sure that you have as many reviews as you can. I made it a strategy last year. I don't know, I might have 50, almost 60 reviews. I don't know, but they're good reviews. They tell the truth and they give people confidence that they might want to check me out. So I definitely think you need to have a review strategy. It's free, so it doesn't cost you anything. And lastly, pay it forward. So by this, I mean, get involved with something that's important to you, whether it's, animals or whether it's going to be, working with different charities that are important to you. Do something that makes a difference, because people that are involved with community, with cause-related events, they typically are people that will that you can get. First of all, if you desire, you can get some social media. You can use it on social media in a good way, especially if it's a partnership. But it feels good, and people, CEOs, for example, always have on their LinkedIn, usually I should say, they have causes that they're interested in or they're supporting. And if you and it's very important in today's world to be mindful and people pay attention to what you're doing in the community and what you believe in and what you support. So it's a free way to also a marketing and PR strategy to get attention for what you believe in, because what you believe in really matters to people. So you want to make sure that you share it in your mission. Here's some more low-cost marketing strategies: directories, turning blogs and articles into products, trying out different online marketing networking groups. I do that occasionally. I pop in to an early morning meeting, say, for example, and I talk about what I'm doing, because, you know, it can be a little bit isolating for me, for example, at home, and I'm not traveling the way I used to. So I like to share what I do, my products and services, to other people. You know, another crazy thing: earn badges and awards on social media. They're doing it all the time. Put it on your website. Targeting micro influencers, or ask me anything sessions, or turning what you have into an ebook, what you're doing in your business, your intelligence. Take that. This is all something that you've worked really hard for. Take it and put it in an ebook, and then you can use it to promote your services. You know, check out your competition speaking engagements. So why is that important? Well, because typically an organization won't hire the same speaker year after year. So go take a look at your competition's website. Take a look at their website, see where they're speaking. And then, you know, you can check them out too. And ABL, my favorite, always be listening, right? So a low-cost marketing, no-cost marketing idea is to always be listening, see what's going on, stay up to date with the trends and things like that. So what's in your action plan? And this is a great question, because right now, what I do in the focus of my business is writing marketing and PR action plans. They're comprehensive marketing plans, and then an action plan that would accompany it. And I'm doing that for clients all over the country. But right now, and this is super important because it's absolutely no cost, low cost, but zero cost, is that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is offering marketing grants. They're called express grants that are 100% reimbursable, so that you can, if you're an eligible business, you can get 100% marketing grant to work with me. And I do marketing plans and action plans and give training that costs you zero if you're eligible. So if it's something that you're interested in, definitely let's have a conversation. It didn't used to be 100% reimbursable until July, and now you get all your money back, and it is an amazing opportunity. Talk about low cost, no cost marketing. Here's what it is. Again, it's zero cost marketing grants. Best secret in town, I think so. See if your company qualifies. It's easy process to apply online. You can work with me one-to-one, get reimbursed after the program, and it's zero cost to the business. And I know that the grants work because I took advanced Spanish, so much so that I'm even planning a trip to Colombia with my Colombian 23-year-old teacher. She's over there, and I'm flying for an immersion week with her. So I guess the training was good enough for me to go to Colombia, and also I got my money back. So I was so happy. So stretch your marketing dollars, be smart about how you're going to be using them. If you want some information about the grants or low cost, no cost marketing, please get in touch with me. Here's my link below, or you can email me. I would just love to have a conversation. My passion is low cost, no cost marketing. I believe you don't have to break the bank. And I started from zero. And no matter where you started from, I know that I can help you. So that's it for today. I really, really appreciate you being here. Welcome any questions at any time here, or if you want to have a chat elsewhere at another time.
Thank you so much, Robin. We do have some questions that came in.
Sure.
So I'll start with the first one that came in from Patty. She said, "Hi, Robin. What do you think about aligning with competitive partners?"
I guess it depends on what another bar studio, Patty, is that what you mean?
Let me see. Let me unmute you, Patty.
No, can you hear me, Robin?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, I was thinking more along the lines in my area. We have a club Pilates, we have an Orange Theory, we have a kickboxing. So it's not they're not a bar studio, but they are going after people that are interested in fitness and trying to improve their wellness. So I've been thinking about that and wanted your opinion about how if I should go about doing anything like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. If everybody, I mean, everybody's interested in fitness. You each have a different expertise. So you could have a fitness day, you could have, there's all kinds of things that you could do. As long as you have your own expertise and you're going to be highlighting that in the best possible way, it's going to be different than kickboxing or wrestling or something else, right? So yeah, as long as it's, we could talk about it, but yeah, as long as you're able to really showcase your business in a unique way. And I'd want to take a look at what everybody else is doing and what the idea for the event or whatever you're going to have. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
You're reaching the same, you're aligning with the same audience. It's just, a little bit different.
Right. I don't have anything planned. I just am thinking about different things to do in the community to try to rebuild what we're, how we got affected, like you and I have talked about previously. So,
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I love it. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, the next question is 2 parts. How does the marketing grant work and what is the expiration on the grant? Okay,
great. So the marketing grant works is that first, I always think that we should have a conversation because I want to find out if it's right for you for us to work together. And I send you an instruction letter on how it works. So first of all, you need to be eligible. You need to have some kind of a payroll, meaning that you need to have even part-time employees, because the Commonwealth will give you $3,000 for every employee that you have. You have to have a certificate of good standing. That's another thing that you need. You need to have your EIN number, which I'm sure every business owner has, and a DUA number. That's the Department of Unemployment number. And what's amazing about this, I mean, I don't know, I think it's amazing, is that the Department of Unemployment is funding this program for business owners. So you're able to, for example, so my courses, I have training and courses and marketing plans that I write that we have that you get a grant for. And then you choose the course, who your vendor is going to be, and I would be the marketing advisor. And that's how it would work. So it's an online process. I have many clients that have done it. They're in all different phases of it. It takes about 3 weeks. So if you're interested in doing it, I suggest that we have a conversation, as soon as we can about it so we can get your application in. I'll answer any questions. They have been, the Express Grants Office has been amazing, just awesome to work with, because they really want to help these small business, you as small business owners, and get the economy back on track. And it's also great because it revitalizes, people's, it's just such a great opportunity to revitalize business. And as long as you qualify, it's giving back and helping everybody. So yeah, let's have a conversation. I don't know who asked it, but please get in touch on my calendar or however you want to get in touch with me.
Thank you so much. And we do have a few members who have reached out to Robin to work with her on the grant. So we definitely highly suggest it.
Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And it's so exciting because it's I don't know, I just think it's the best secret in town.
And we love members working together. Robin is a member of the chamber, of course. So we love to see that collaboration. So the next question is paid marketing totally out of the question / not worth it? I see Facebook and Instagram constantly urging me to boost my posts.
No, I think paid marketing can definitely work, but it really depends on what your goals are. So if I don't know what the complete goal is, it's hard to say. But I think in certain cases, absolutely, Facebook does want you to spend money. They want you to spend money on, Facebook, on Instagram, and in some cases, it's really worthwhile to do. So I guess it would depend on what we need to do. Do we need to fill an event? Do we need to fill a program? Everything is a little bit, it's hard for me to give a blanket answer, but yes, I do support paid advertising. It's not my specialty. I'll be honest with you, my specialty, my passion is low cost, no cost marketing, but we definitely, there's definitely a need depending on what your goals are, because everything in life isn't free, but we can, at least if we can build a really strong foundation for your business, and then you want to go after something in particular, and we need to boost it, like for boosting an app sales, for example. So I've worked with some people that have developed apps. And so it's something that's harder to do organically. You have to spend some money and to get people to, to be aware of your app and to sign on and to buy the app, etc. So there's always a reason, but I'd have to know a little bit more about the person that was asking that question and what they really wanted to do.
Right. And the next question, I think, will probably have sort of a similar answer, just because industries are so different in how they use social media. But the question is, my business is brand new to social media. Which platform do you suggest I start with, since there's so many?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say, where's your audience hanging out? That's the first one, because that's where you want to align your brand. So if you're a B2B, then you want to have a strong presence on LinkedIn. If you're depending, TikTok, it's for, kind of wild, kind of offbeat, but, even more classic brands or more conservative brands are trying out TikTok, and it's working. But for me, like, TikTok's not for me. So I would say, know your audience inside and out. That's super important. Know where they're hanging out, know what they like, because you've done a persona of each of your excuse me, of your target audience, right? So I would find out, where are they hanging out, what are they doing, what are their habits? I mean, when I send you a marketing questionnaire, you'll get a marketing questionnaire that you'll have to think about for a couple of days, but that's going to be really important, because we have to, we take all of this information and we put it through this funnel, and then we find, okay, so here's your target customer. I think they're here. I think they're here. A lot of times, that customer I was talking about this morning loves Facebook. Facebook is great for them, but they also want to check out Instagram because they're in the food business. And, we want to make sure that, they can take advantage of Instagram by putting that Linktree link up there, and then all their menus, private chef, this and that. So there's a lot of different variations, but I'd say go with your gut. And look at what your competition is also doing on social media. Are they using Reddit? Maybe not. Are they using LinkedIn? Maybe. They're in business. Are they using Facebook because they're part of because they're hyper-focused and they have all these Facebook groups that they're a part of? That's something that would be important too. So it depends on your target audience. It depends also on, do you have someone dedicated? I'd also say, do you have someone dedicated that's going to do it? Or are you just going to, do it every Sunday and then automate it, automate your posts? That's fine too. But you want to make sure you know your audience, and you want to make sure you know where your audience is hanging out. And I'm happy to have a conversation with that person. And there's so much information, that's great information online. So you make sure that you're subscribing to Hootsuite blog, and Buffer has a blog, and Social Media Examiner. So just look online, put it into Google, just like everybody else does, and read about it and be an expert. ABL, always be listening.
That's a great point about Linktree for Instagram, because you can't put clickable links in the caption. So I know for myself, for the chamber, we've been using that a lot this past year, just because it's so easy in the caption to write link in bio. You go on, it's totally free. people have not heard of it, I highly suggest that if you have an active Instagram page and you have links that you want people checking out, because it's so easy to use and I've just been loving it. Oh, and we just have one more question that just came in from Patty. Do you know the expiration date of the marketing grant? Is there like a time where it's going to be shut down and you can't apply anymore?
I'm not familiar with it. As far as I know, they are loving the program. So I hope
Good.
there isn't an expiration date. But I'm only able to work on a certain number that I have every month. I mean, I'm not doing 20 a month. It's just a ton of work going into each one of these trainings and marketing plans. So if anybody is interested, I'd like to line you up for 2022. I really just want 2022, a lot of twos, 2022 to be your best year. So you need a plan. You can't just shoot from the hip. It's something that is important to build. If your business is important to you, you want to build it right, you want to build it strong, and you want to build it without costing a lot of money. And this, honestly, this grant opportunity is just, I've never seen it before. And I think it's important for business owners to look at, and if they qualify, that's great. And, you know, if you don't qualify, I'll show you how to qualify, because that's what some of my clients are also doing.
Yeah, that's huge. And I'm assuming that they would give people a heads up as to when, if there was an approaching deadline date. I would think that they would sort of be good about promoting it, just because people would need to kind of scramble to get themselves in order.
I would imagine that they would tell the providers what's going on, but I think that they're seeing so much Christine, they're seeing so much positive outcome with the grant. People are, they're growing their business in so many ways, but it's not just for like marketing grants, for example. Like I learned Spanish, I took advanced Spanish. There's a lot of, if you have HR concerns and you want to learn more about HR. So there's a lot of different things. My specialty is in the marketing area, marketing plans, developing marketing plans, social media. My expertise is and covers all of these, outreach, PR. And so that's why it fits perfectly with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts grant program. And I'm just really, I'm really excited and really proud to be a marketing advisor.
Yeah, it is very exciting. And like I said, we do have a lot of members who are taking advantage of it. So definitely look into it. This webinar was recorded and I will be sending out an email shortly. It takes a little bit to kind of get into the cloud so then I can download it. But I'll send an email out to everyone who registered and everyone who attended. We'll also have a link on our YouTube page. So if you have anyone who can benefit from the information, please send it to them so they can get in touch with Robin, or even just kind of have this info to just start thinking about it, get a plan going for themselves. I'll also email Robin's contact information. And thank you so much, Robin. I mean, this can be really overwhelming for people who don't know where to start. And you really do a great job breaking it down. So
thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you everybody for joining me. Any questions, just pop on my calendar and I'll be glad to have a conversation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody who joined us today. We'll speak to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.